Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Big Idea Experience. Mr. Cody here, and I got my good pal Artie the orangutan to talk about this month's big idea. Say hello to everybody, Artie. Artie? Wait, Artie? What is going on?
Oh, hey, Mr. Cody, how's it going? Hey, could you hold this for me? That'd be great. Thanks.
Hold it. What are you? Artie, what is happening?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
That's me.
Isn't
it great? He's a handsome fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hello there, Artie.
Okay. Artie.
Isn't it great?
It's
me in a cutout form.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask why.
Oh, yeah, no, it makes sense. Well, listen, so my grandma and my cousins are coming into town, Mr. Dan's always saying, hey, I'm sure your grandma would love to see you. I'm sure your cousins would love to see you. And so, man, it's just spending so much time with them over and over. And my cousins always want to show me their stamp collection. Boring. And my grandma always wants to knit socks for me. Boring. So I thought, just to help out, I would make these cutouts. So when my grandma and cousins come over, I can put Artie there, and then they can talk to this Artie, and I can go do whatever I want. Isn't that a great idea?
Artie.
Here, Mr. Cody, you can take one of those and have an Artie to help you through a sad day. All right, well, see you guys later. Bye. I'm going to go play some video games.
Hold on, Artie. Okay, well, I'm trying to tell Artie
What's the matter? Do you want to tell me something?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you something. I was going to tell you a story about this month's big idea.
Oh, this month's big idea.
Exactly.
You were going to tell me a story. Mr. Cody, I would love to just sit here and listen to you tell me a story about the big idea.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Artie. Now, so this month's big idea is kindness. And kindness is showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. And so, Artie, this story actually goes back to early in the 1900s. Artie! Come on, Artie!
Oh, man, I love this bit. Ow, what? Hey!
Hey, what are you doing?
Mr. Cody, a cutout of me just fell on me while I was trying to play my video game.
Artie, what are you doing playing video games? I just told you I was going to tell you a story. You said you'd love to sit and listen to it.
I know, I was sitting and listening. See? Okay, bye. See you guys later.
No, Artie, hold on. For this to work, I need you, not cut out you.
Are you sure? I'm right here, Mr. Cody. Just pretend that you love me. Give me a hug.
Okay, Artie, would you put that thing away? Okay, I've got it now.
Well, Mr. Cody, I'm a busy monkey. Do you realize what level I'm on my video game? I've got a lot of progress I've made.
All right, why don't you press the pause button? And I know what that means when you say I'm just going to pause it. Okay.
Okay, it's paused.
Okay, thank you. Now, this story is actually really cool. It's about somebody...
Wait, hold on. What's the big idea again?
Well, the big idea this month is kindness.
Well, you didn't tell me that. How was I supposed to know?
Well, you were supposed to read what we were supposed to talk about before this.
Oh, you told it to the cutout?
Apparently.
Sorry, okay. Kindness. Yeah. I got it. Okay.
It's showing
kindness.
others they're valuable by how you treat them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I totally got you. Okay. Story about kindness.
Yep. And so this story starts with somebody named Fred Rogers.
Fred Rogers? Wait, is he our big idea instigator of kindness?
That's exactly who he is. Yeah. Do you know who he is?
I don't know. The name sounds familiar, but I can't picture him. What did he do?
Oh, well, he actually had a television show.
Are you talking about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
Yeah, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You remember that?
Oh, man, I remember Daniel Tiger. Do you know that guy? He's on the trolley, and it's a cartoon.
Well, that actually came from Mr. Rogers'
Oh,
Neighborhood.
it did?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I remember Daniel Tigers, but I could probably imagine what Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was like. Oh, hey there, neighbor. Let me just sit down here and get rid of my shoes. Welcome. I'm glad you're here today. Something kind of like that?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah, something kind of like that.
Oh, well, what did he do on his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
You know what? He loved to talk to kids and to teach them about kindness and how the world works around them. You know what? I bet that Mr. Rogers would have loved our big three: to treat others right, to make smart decisions, and to maximize your potential.
Wow, so he used fun and engaging ways to tell kids important lessons.
Yeah, he sure did. Oh, he had all kinds of things on his show. There was a special mailman that would come by. He had puppets. It was really, really fun.
I could picture that.
I'm King Friday, and I'm Daniel Tiger, and I don't want to go to a zoo, and I want to be a king.
Uh-oh, I lost my puppets. That's not good. Man, these puppets are hard. Although, I don't know, puppets might be kind of hard to work with. I mean, can you imagine? I bet that would be pretty difficult, don't you think?
It would definitely be something. Now, here's the thing that he would do on his show is every episode when he would start off, he'd go over to his fish tank. He would feed his fish.
He had a fish tank?
He had a fish tank, and he would say, "I'm feeding my fish."
Like, as he did it, he'd be like, I'm feeding my fish?
Yeah, as he would do it, he would say, "I'm feeding my fish."
Okay, I guess I could see that. So he did that one time? That's pretty cool. All right, kids, I'm feeding my fish.
Well, he didn't just do it one time. He actually did it at the start of every episode.
Wait, so you're saying every day, every time he came on, he would go over to the fish tank and he'd say, I'm feeding my fish. I'm feeding my fish. Potato.
Yeah?
Every time. I'm feeding my fish. Pizza? Pizza? Oh, come get the pizza, fishy, fishy.
Every single episode.
Every time. I'm feeding my fish. My fish loves hot dogs. Oh, yeah.
Every time, without fail.
I'm feeding my fish. Give him a break here. Oh, okay. No, that's not gonna hit. Ah, there you go. Yeah, shove it down your gullet. There you go, Goldie. That's a lot of food for a fish to eat.
Yeah.
I'm feeding my fish. Here you go, Goldie. Some good old cheese balls. Oh, yeah. Have some cheese. Have some cheese balls. I know how much you love cheese balls, Goldie. There you go. Feed. You think fish eat cheese balls?
No, Artie, he didn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't cheese balls. It was probably just regular fish food. Now, I'm sure that at this point you might be thinking that sounds more like the big idea of responsibility.
Yeah, that is it. That was what we talked about last month.
Yeah,
Oh, but why would he say it out loud? That's the kind of confusing part.
Well, you see, Artie, this is where the story gets really interesting. Is one day he got a letter from a young girl named Katie.
From Katie?
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
it was like fan mail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And she just made a request of Mr. Rogers. She asked that every time that Mr. Rogers would feed his fish, that he would just say out loud, "I'm feeding my fish."
Well, why is it so important for Katie that Mr. Rogers say it out loud?
Well, the thing is, her dad actually is the one that wrote in the letter and wrote that Katie was blind. And so she wasn't able to see Mr. Rogers feed his fish. And so she would get really worried when he didn't say, "I'm feeding the fish." She would get really worried and worked up that the fish weren't going to be okay.
So, wait, you're saying that every day when Mr. Rogers would go feed the fish, he wasn't just saying it to say it. He was saying it because young Katie, who was blind, wanted to hear him say it so that she knew that the fish were okay?
That's exactly right. Every time that he said, "I'm feeding the fish," he was showing an act of kindness to Katie.
Wow, what a small, simple way to show someone that they're important to you.
And you know what, Artie, here's the thing that I was thinking about.
Yeah.
You know, to say "I'm feeding the fish," that doesn't take very long, but if you add up how many episodes and how many seasons and how many days that he did that,
Yeah?
it would have taken a lot of time through the course of the show
Well,
for him
and
to say, "I'm feeding the fish."
Not only that, but to not forget to go out of your way to remember that you wanted to show her how important she is.
That's exactly right.
Wow,
And
that
so-
really is kind. He really did show her that she was valuable by how he used his words and his actions.
Exactly. And not just that, but how he spent his time. He was spending his time on that show to say that every single viewer and participant in the show mattered to him, and he wanted to show kindness to them.
Wow.
He took his time to do that. Artie, do you see what I'm trying to get at here? He used his time. He didn't send somebody else to do it. He didn't have a cutout of Mr. Rogers trying to feed the fish. He did it himself.
I see. You're saying that when my grandma and my cousins come to visit, rather than just putting a cardboard cutout of me in front of them, I should probably just spend some quality time letting them know how valuable they are to me.
Exactly. And
Okay.
you know what? They love it when you spend time with them. And yes, I know that you said your cousin likes to talk about his stamp collection.
Yeah, sure, he has
but-
a lot of stamps.
But he listens to you when you talk about your banana collection.
Yeah, and now you think about it, I bet I could get my grandma playing some pretty intense video games. That'd
Well, I
be
don't know
awesome.
about that.
Well, listen, I better get ready because they're on their way here. Thanks for coming, guys.
All right.
Bye. We'll see you next month. Thanks, Mr.
All right.
Cody.
All right. Thanks, Artie. Have
Oh,
fun
hey,
with your...
Mr. Cody.
Yeah.
Thanks for spending time with me.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're a great pal. Well, that's what kindness is all about. It's showing others they're valuable by how you treat them. And stay tuned for the Big Idea Interactive.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another Big Idea Interactive. I hope you enjoyed learning about our Big Idea instigator today, Fred Rogers. He was such a great example of kindness. Remember, kindness is showing others they're valuable by how you treat them. You know, it was actually Mr. Rogers that's credited with this quote. There are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. And the third way is to be kind. You can tell the life that Mr. Rogers lived that kindness was very, very important to him. And people were. And I think most of us feel that way. Most of us really do know that people have inherent value, right? I mean, we talk about making the smart decision. We talk about treating others right. We talk about maximizing our potential. And when it comes to maximizing our potential, making a smart decision, and of course, treating others right, it really comes down to treating others the way you and I would want to be treated. That's kindness. It's showing others they're valuable by how you treat them. Today's interactive is a fun way for you guys to remember that, and it's actually a pretty cool way to make your very own lava lamp. All you need is some water, some food coloring really puts it over the top, some oil, and some effervescent tablets, Alka-Seltzer, basically anything your dad takes when he wants to eat pizza, okay? Now, to do this, we're going to color our water before we put it in. You could do it after, but I think it works a little bit better to do it before. So just for fun, since we want to make a lot of lava lamps, we'll have a couple different colors going. All right, once you have your water colored, you'll take some oil and pour it into a cup. Now I've got 3 cups because I wanted to make a lot of different lava lamps so you could see how cool it is when they all start going. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this cup, and you could just have one if you're doing this at home or in the classroom with a trusted adult, but when you have this cup, I want you to let it represent for you the people in your school, right? The whole cup represents the person. Now here's the thing. The oil is going to represent the part of the people that we see and interact with every day. They're the people that we run into on the lunch line at school. They're the people that we sit on the bench with during soccer or basketball. They're the people that we hang around with. There are teachers that teach us at the front of the classroom, or the school janitor who cleans up behind us. They're people that we run into all the time. And the colors are going to represent how each one of them is unique. You know, no matter who you are, every single person in your school has their own unique talents, gifts, abilities, and all of them are uniquely valuable, right? Kindness is just going out of your way to show others that they're valuable by how you treat them, not just with your actions, but with your words, making time for them, sitting by that person that's alone at lunch. There's all kinds of ways we can show others they're valuable. Now, if you're paying attention and you notice that this cup is supposed to represent the people around you, what do you notice about their value? Now, obviously, for our science experiment, oil rises to the top of water because of density differences. But in our experiment here, the value, the water that represents people's uniqueness and skills and abilities, it goes to the bottom. It's not readily visible, is it? And see, that's what it's like when we choose to be kind. The truth is, people each have inherent value. You're valuable just because you're you. But isn't it true that sometimes we don't feel that way? When we're at lunch and we're sitting by ourselves, we feel really alone. When we're on the soccer team and we haven't got to play because we just are having trouble passing the ball or scoring the shot, it can be hard when we have to ride the bench for a while. Or maybe in a classroom, when some of the kids in our classroom aren't paying attention to what the teacher says, the teacher might not feel like they're valuable. And guess what? All of us go through that. Now, it doesn't change the truth. The truth is we all have value, but sometimes we don't feel it. And that's why kindness is so important. Kindness is going to be represented by these little tablets. What these tablets do is they go into the water and they start to dissolve and they create carbon dioxide bubbles. And that is going to represent when we go out of our way to show others they're valuable. Maybe we sit by that kid that's alone at lunchtime. Maybe we pay attention to our teacher even when others aren't. Maybe we encourage that kid on the soccer team by telling him we'll help practice with them. See, when we do that, we allow them to see that we know how valuable they are, that we appreciate them, that we're glad they're around. And you can see how cool it is when that big idea goes to work inside of us and inside of others to change the world around us. That is kindness. It's showing others they're valuable with how you treat them. Not only is it cool, but it can change the world.